So, Coach, as we start, why don't you just tell us about yourself? How'd you get to South Plains? Where are you from, and all that?
So I'm originally from Stamford, Connecticut. Born there, lived there 9 years. Moved to Tupelo, Mississippi, where my parents still live. Went to Ole Miss just as a regular student. Happened to meet. It's a long story. We'd be on here for a couple of days, but I happened to meet one of the assistant coaches that was working at Ole Miss at the time, and he told me to come up there and just start working with him. And next thing you know, I'm a GA there for 3 years. I go to a national prep school in Massanutten at Massanutten Military Academy in Virginia, and
Okay.
then I broke into junior college at Pearl River Community College. I was there 4 years. We were pretty good or whatever. You know, the year COVID hit, we were the number one seed. We were undefeated going
Wow.
into Hutch. We were 29-0. I think we were about maybe 92-11 or something over 4 years there,
Wow.
which is pretty good. Then Steve Green hired me out here, which everybody that's associated with junior college basketball knows Steve Green is
Yeah.
is arguably the best coach to probably ever do it at this level, if
Yeah.
not one of the
For sure.
top three or four for sure. Uh, Worked for him for 1 year. Got really lucky. He ended up going to Texas Tech as an assistant after 8 months here, and by the grace of God, the president here, Dr. Satterwhite, our AD Roger Redding, said they gave the keys to a 29-year-old guy that had never been a head coach before, and we kind of just ran with it. We had pretty good success my first year. We missed Hutch, unfortunately, and then last year we had a really good year, I would say. We won our first 26 games. We were number one basically the entire year. We won the region, we won the league, and unfortunately, we lost in the Elite Eight to Triton by 1 point, who ended up playing in the national title game. So that's kind of where we're at now.
Well, Coach, let me tell you what. I really enjoyed this summer. You and I went to South Carolina, and we were on the same team. We coached the same team, and I don't know if we got anything done, but we had a great time doing it.
Yeah, I don't consider what I do a job, man. Like every day I wake up, man, we're having fun. We're joking with each other here at the office, but also when I step between the lines, I'm a completely different person when I'm coaching my own team.
Yeah.
You guys will see I'm high strung. I lot of energy, lot just because I enjoy what I do. I don't really consider it a job. Not really in this for me, but just really enjoy watching the kids come in and out of here, moving on, playing on national television, experiencing success, all kind of stuff like that.
Tell us about South Plains. Why is this place so special? How do you get so much talent?
They just care. They care. The administration and the people around the town, to me, are the two biggest assets you got. The administrate They'll never tell you no as far as recruiting budget, travel budget, this, that, and the other. Our AD is an exceptional. I mean, one of the best in the country. Roger Redding. He coached. He actually was a girls' assistant coach here at South Plains. Coach Cheryl Swoops, and then went on to Texas Tech and won the national title on the women's side. And then he worked in the WNBA. So
Oh,
that having an
yeah,
athletic director that
yeah,
knows the battles, what you need. I mean, they have never told us no. So the administration and the people, once the kids get down here, they can kind of see like, yeah, they're going to take care of us. We are expected to win, but this is a pretty good experience. Because the location is not ideal. We're out kind of in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. But once they get over that and they focus on books and ball, they end up having a pretty good experience down here. It's all about the people, though. To answer your question, the
yeah.
administration, the faculty, the teachers, everybody around town, and I credit that all due to what Coach Green did here. He built this thing into what it is. We're just trying to keep it going.
Yeah, well, much the same way when I came here, I
Yeah,
feel lucky to
that's
be sitting in this chair. I tell my players they're lucky to be here. They're at a place where they really care about basketball. We're going
mhm.
to have good crowds, Coach. When you play, we play it. That it's going to have good crowds. Like
and,
we're
and that's And that's part of the reason I like doing stuff like this. We drove 18 hours last year to Indian Hills to play. If the guys are going to be playing in junior college basketball, why not go play a game in really good atmosphere? Give them something to look forward to as opposed to playing in front of 27 people in the middle of nowhere against nobody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully we get up there and play a little bit better than we've played in some of these preseason scrimmages. But
So, Coach, you're going to come up here, and then the night before, um, we're gonna go to a Kodo Brewing Company here in town. That's one of our sponsors, and it's a great place. And you're gonna bring a player. Like,
mhm.
who are you gonna bring? And tell us about some of your best players.
That's a good question. I'm big on guys that have been here, right? So we got one guy that was here the entirety of last year, TJ Cope. He did not play a whole lot due to an ankle injury early in the year. He sprained his ankle the day after the first game, so he didn't play a lot. But he is a returner. He has been here. He understands the expectations and what it takes. He was actually, Coach. You probably saw him. He was at our deal in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really athletic, 6'8" from Boston.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of our core guys. We have just probably like you. I don't know. We sign a lot of transfers. So we've got 8 4-year transfers. We got Arterio Morris from Kansas and Texas. We have Jalen Ricks from Wichita State. We have Caleb Blackwell from Alabama A&M, and on down the line. We have perfect. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that's my AD right there. I got to speak at him.
Hey, you can pause for him for
No, we're
anything.
good.
Yeah.
We're good. We have a couple talented junior college transfers, and then we have a couple talented freshmen. And as you know, the freshmen that come out, they don't even know how to tie their own shoes right now. So we're working with them, trying to get them to tie their own shoes and
Yeah.
show up to practice on time.
Yeah.
I do like our talent. To me, that's probably why they put us where we're at preseason, but that really doesn't mean a whole lot, as you well know. You got to
Yep.
get in there and win meaningful games. But I do like our talent. We're older. This group has been mature in their approach to show up every day and try to get better. Now we just got to get them to understand we don't need to get better at attempts shooting at the basket. We got to do the other stuff. We got to sit down and guard and rebound and that type of thing. But I do like our group. They have been fun to get in there and work with every day. Got a good core of talented older transfers, and we're going to play a little bit different than I've played in the past. We're going to shoot a lot of threes, try to play fast, which we have not done my first 2 years here as the head coach. But that's kind of the strength of our team is we do have a bunch of guys that can kind of dribble, pass, and shoot. So we should play an exciting brand of basketball for the people to come watch.
How many of you guys are getting Division One offers?
So we have right as of this moment, we already have 2 that are committed that'll sign it here in a couple of weeks. Caleb Blackwell, our point guard, is going to the University of Milwaukee, and then Dylan Purnell, one of the freshmen, just committed to Cal State Bakersfield.
Okay.
Have a couple guys that are on the fence about visiting and signing early. So we could potentially have 2 more. Jalen Ricks has some attention, and then we have a kid, Clarence Paya, who transferred from La Tech. He's got a couple people trying to get him to visit. TJ Cope, already mentioned Jalen, and Isaac Tavares. A couple of those guys will wait till late, but I would anticipate if we win, as we are, we want to win and expect to win, then we'll end up with maybe 9 to 11 Division I signees at the end of the day, depending on health and performance and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there's a reason why you're preseason voted number 1, right? And 2 years ago we were number 1, and then last year for the whole year you guys were number 1. So when we put this tournament together, we really wanted to get you here, and felt like this would be a great venue for both of us. Adam, you got any questions?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Coach. I guess just to start, At what point did the conversation start between Coach Reiner and you, about trying to get your team over to Twin Falls for this tournament?
You know, I actually heard about it from another. We were desperately searching for games. When you win, when you win more games, the less phone calls get returned as scheduling. I'm sure Coach deals
Yeah.
with the same thing. Everybody went out when we won 22. Actually, going into my first year, everybody wanted to play, obviously, and then this year we win 32, so it's harder to find games. And like I said, I like doing stuff like this. I like playing in national junior college games in the non-conference schedule, and not only CSI, but our first two opponents, I feel like are good enough to win a lot of games this year. But I heard about it from a coach in our league, so we immediately connected. And honestly, it didn't take a whole lot of talking. He told me what the deal was, made sure the dates worked, and I said, let me get with our AD to make sure we can fly, and he said yes, and the contract was signed within a week. Honestly, we canceled two games in Oklahoma to come up here because it's what I wanted to do. Hopefully, we seem to be transitioning into a model like the NCAA as it relates to the national tournament. Hopefully, the committee respects the fact that I know coaches playing Indian Hills as well. We're playing Indian Hills, we're playing Panola, and potentially CSI, which are all three, I would say top 12, 15 teams in America, no doubt, from what I've seen. And hopefully, we transition. I know Tom McDonald is now super involved and he does a great job. Hopefully, we transition towards the NCAA model where they are giving people respect for playing hard non-conference games and not just playing the easiest schedule they can get.
Thank you.
Yep.
Brevin.
Yeah, it looked like your roster last year was a lot of sophomores and not too many freshmen. What's kind of the roster makeup looking like this year?
Same thing. I think we have two freshmen. Dylan Purnell is one of them, and he actually went post grad, so he's not. We only have one kid that was in high school last year on our 14-man roster, just like NCAA and in our league down here. And I'm not super familiar with coaches league, but our league down here, you can't win with a bunch of. You just can't do it. You got to get older each and every year. We have a couple guys that are in their believe it or not, their fourth year of college, and that has helped us with the mature approach to coming to practice every day. A lot of true freshmen, they don't even understand that you got to practice, lift, shoot, go to class, study hall, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, do you feel like that gives you an advantage having, so many guys to be able to, kind of just throw in there?
I think depth is our biggest strength this year, to be honest with you. If we played a game today, uh, I'd feel comfortable putting 12 guys in the game, which is a lot for junior college. And we're going to try to play fast and aggressive and use our depth to our advantage. I like showing up to practice every day, and we can have two really good teams of talent and treat each day of practice like it's a game. Because as coach, and you guys well know, you win the games in practice. So really like our practices to be competitive, good versus good. We don't go top eight versus bottom seven. We split them up equally every day so we can get better and work towards our goals.
Awesome.
Caleb.
Yeah, Coach, I kind of want to touch on the Battle of the Boot again and just kind of
Yeah.
the format of that tournament and what kind of impact that'll have on your team. 3 games in 3 days, obviously not a true win or go home situation, but a win, and you put yourself in a position to play in a more meaningful game. What kind of impact will that have on your team, and how will that help you get to where you want to be come late February and March?
Well, obviously, to win region tournament in our league, the region tournament, same setup. It's eight teams, 3 days, and you gotta win 3 games in 3 days to win the region. And then you get to Hutch, you're playing multiple games back to back to back. It gives you a really good early season test on a number of things. You win the first one, you don't have 2 days to celebrate or feel good for yourself. You got to go play another talented team the next day. Then you're lucky enough to win that one. You got to play another talented team the next day. And that's where I do think depth will help us, right? 3 games in 3 days that early in the year. Hopefully our depth comes to advantage. But it helps you on. I mean, and then you're playing talent each and every day. You're not playing, the Sisters of the Poor or anything like that. Like you're playing legit Division I junior college basketball teams. I mean, North Idaho's got multiple. That's who we play first. I mean, they got multiple guys with Division I interest and offers already. And then you're lucky enough to win that one. You got the two teams waiting on you. Then you're lucky enough to win that one. Probably be CSI in the final. I mean, that's a region tournament type setup, to be honest with you.
Coach, if you told me we were going to meet in the final, I would say thank you very much. Let's go.
I got one thing. I get to fly a ref with from Texas up here if we meet in the finals.
They can go to the steakhouse with you, but they're not stepping on that court. I guarantee you that.
But I mean, elite setup. I love like everything about junior college, like small, like getting up to Twin Falls and just hanging out and seeing the community interest and engagement in the tournament. They care not just about, and I've heard the same thing. Like we obviously play a different game than coaching in the first game, but I've heard that our game will be packed because they just love basketball. You know what I mean? And our guys deserve that, to play in front of some people, have some energy and emotion in the building, and hopefully we can go up there and play well in front of the people at Twin Falls.
Caleb, I don't have the bracket in front of me, and I should know it front and back. But is South Plains and North Idaho playing the 5:00 game?
Yes.
So they'll be the 5:00 game for you guys.
So North Idaho is a big rival of ours, Hayden, and so there'll be people, number one, to watch them, but also they're going to come out and watch the number one team, and then we play following. So I would anticipate a good crowd for sure, and that's the intent of this. We want to make sure we get some information out to talk about your team. You're the number one team in the country. That should bring people out to come watch that. The talent, I know we recruited at least one of the same players you did, and I know how talented he is, and I know that you probably have about 12 more talented than him. So the battle will be on, the battle for the boot, and it'll be great. Hayden, we're excited to get you up here. We have a couple of steakhouses you'll like in town. We'll make sure we get you to the right ones.
I like it.
And then it'll be a lot of fun.
Are we getting cowboy hats or just boots, Coach?
Okay, so what happened? Just boots. Okay, so these aren't normal boots. These aren't Walmart boots. These are real boots. And then all tournament, the rumor is he's going to have hats. But can you imagine some of our dudes walking out there with cowboy boots and hats?
Hey, if I show up with some real cowboy boots back here to West Texas, these people will love me out here now.
Oh, Coach, you're coming back with some boots. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Get back to practice, and we'll see you when you get up here.
No doubt. Thank you, guys.